What's going on, guys? Dig here, ready to teach you how to do the Astra Malorum Easter egg, and yes, you can do it solo. Now, before we jump into the Easter egg, the two augments that you're going to want to put on in Frenzy Guard, you want to put on Frenzy Fire, and then also put on Extension as well, and then Equivalent Exchange on Quick Revive. If you put these two augments on, you'd be super solid for a solo run. Just keep in mind that the Frenzy Guard augment is probably going to be patched later on because it's super overpowered. The two weapons you're going to bring into the boss fight, it's going to be the Jaeger pistol, and it's going to be the wonder weapon of the map. Now, if you don't have any gift card double gums, you can go ahead and pop a double points or raindrops to get your double points, and then crush two ultras, near death, or timeout, because I don't use those that often. And then you get 20,000 points as well if you want to open up the map really fast on a low round. You're going to follow the orange star across the map, and you're going to find a organ. You're going to go ahead and interact with it, and then two other stars are going to appear around the map. You're going to go to these stars, and then around the area, you're going to find a conduit on the ground. Go ahead and go to the two areas and pick up the conduit, and then go repair the machine. Once you repair the machine, you interact with it once again. You're going to have to defend it to spawn in Pack-a-Punch. This is a really easy defense. Just stay on the outer edge and take out the zombies that go to the center. Super simple and easy. Once you're done, you have unlocked Pack-a-Punch. Now go back to spawn with a Pack-a-Punch weapon and shoot the hood of the truck. A battery will fall out, and go ahead and pick up the battery. Now on your way to Pack-a-Punch, one of these lampposts are going to be flashing. Once you find yours that's flashing in the game, you're going to shoot it, and then the wire's going to fall out. Go ahead and pick up the wires. Now make your way to the Speed Cola room in the museum, and over here to the left side, you're going to find a display case. Go ahead and break the glass and pick up the saw inside the display case. Now in your game, you should have an Oscar already spawned in. By this time, you're going to shoot one of the UFOs to damage it and pick it up off the ground. Now you're going to make your way inside the telescope room, and you're going to find one of these pipes that have gas releasing. There are only 9 in total, and all you got to do is shoot it to transfer the gas to the next one. Now you're going to have to shoot 6 of these gas pipes in total, and it's going to move the telescope in the center once you get all 6 of them. The 9 locations are going to be located to the far left side against the wall right there. The second one's going to be located to your right side on top of this pillar. The third one's going to be located across the room against the wall right here. The fourth one's going to be located to your left inside the purple room where the portal is. The fifth one's going to be located against the wall to your left side. The sixth location is going to be located underneath the telescope. The seventh location is going to be located behind you underneath the telescope as well. The eighth location is going to be located above Pack-a-Punch to the right side. And the ninth and final location is going to be turning around against the wall at the very top as well. Now once you get the telescope lined up in the center, you're going to interact with the organ on the left side to look inside the lens. You're going to move your crosshair over here to the right side on top of the sun, and then you're going to click on it. Once you click on it, what's going to happen is the sun's going to beam through the telescope, and then you're going to want to bring Oscar underneath it. Once you bring Oscar underneath it, he's going to get destroyed and teleport away. That is the first step to unlock the wonder weapon. Now you're going to go through a couple of rounds until Oscar spawns in, and once again, and then you're going to go inside the jug room. Once you're inside the jug room, go ahead and interact with the power switch for the trap, and then it's going to put the UFO behind it. Once you get the UFO behind the power switch, what you're going to do is you're going to bring in Oscar inside this room and activate the trap. This is going to charge Oscar. What you're going to want to do is make sure you shoot the UFOs off of Oscar so he doesn't have any shields, because if you don't, you can fail this objective. Just make sure that he has no shields activated this whole entire time, and also make sure he stays inside this room. Once you get him fully charged, you'll be done with this objective, and then you're on to the last step to unlock the wonder weapon. And for this next step, you got to put cryo freeze on your weapon. Once you get cryo freeze on your weapon, you're going to find the ether shards are scattered around the map, and you're going to have to shoot it with your cryo freeze weapon, and it's going to drop a shard. You're going to have to pick up 3 of these, and then you're going to head into the museum. And once you get another Oscar to spawn on the map, go to the museum, and then you're going to lead him all the way over here. You're going to find a rocket. You're going to wait until he's behind the thrusters. You're going to interact with the speaker on the right side of the rocket. Once you do this, you're going to wait for the countdown, and then once the countdown's over and he's behind the rocket, it's going to explode on him, and then it's going to drop the wonder weapon on the ground for you. Go ahead and pick it up because we're going to need it for the Easter egg. Just keep in mind, if you do fail not to get it behind the rocket for the countdown, you're going to have to wait to get 3 more shards again from the ether crystals. Now for the fourth and final time, you're going to wait for Oscar to spawn in a couple rounds later. Once you find him, you're going to get behind him while he's doing a yellow scan light mode, and what you're going to do is you're going to listen to his dialogue, what he says. I highly recommend turning subtitles on during this step as well. If you did piss him off, then you could go completely on the other side of the map and just wait a while, and then he'll go back into the scan mode. It doesn't really take that long, or you could use Ether Shroud if you're by yourself, and then you go invisible and he'll go immediately back into the scan mode. But what you're going to do is you're going to wait for him to give you the dialogue that says 20 eliminations. Once he does this, he's going to give you 3 different planets, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take those planets, and then you're going to corresponding to the numbers of the planets in the order. Now on your screen right now is a quick cheat sheet that I made for you guys to number the planets, and now you're going to correspond your planets that you got in your game for your numbers. So in my game, I got Earth, Venus, and Mars, so my number's going to be 3, 2, 4. Now you're going to make your way inside Pack-a-Punch over here to the left side. You're going to punch in that code. Once you punch in that code, on the left side of Pack-a-Punch, you're going to find this lift, and you're going to find a zombie. Go ahead and interact with it and pick up a key. Once you pick up the key, go past Cola, go through the museum down here, and inside the cafeteria over here on the left side, you're going to find a cryogenic zombie. Go ahead and interact with it to make it come out, and then you're going to hold down your interact button to saw off its brain. Once you take off its brain, go ahead and do the jug room over here to the right side, and go ahead and place the brain inside here. Now you're going to do a lockdown. Go ahead and defend the brain, and once you're done, go ahead and pick up the canister and make your way into the auditorium. Once you're here, drop down over here to the left side and put it on top of this machine. Once you place the brain inside the machine, go ahead and repair it, and once you're done repairing it, you're going to go ahead and there's a little monitor on the left side, and you're going to write down the titles of the books that appear on the little monitor. You're going to wait for the monitor to show 1920 December 4th, and then start writing down the titles in that order. The order doesn't really matter, but but that's when it first starts showing the titles. Now make your way inside the pack-a-punch room on the left side of the piano. Go ahead and interact with the lens and look through. Place your crosshair over the orange planet on the left side and write down the coordinates in the bottom left corner. In my game, it was 4225. Now make your way back into the auditorium, and over here to the left side, you're going to find a machine. Go ahead and punch in your code, and once it turns blue, you're ready for the next step of the Easter egg. Now on your screen right now is the cheat sheet that I made for you guys. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to match your titles that you got from the screen to the ones that are on this cheat sheet. Basically, each of the titles go to a book surrounding the area, and what you're going to do is you're going to rotate the statue that's near the book's titles. So basically, the ones in the bottom of the door where you enter for the auditorium, I had the Black Veil and the Moon Directive, so I'm going to rotate that statue twice. The one that's straight across from me, I only had the Unknowable Void, so I'm only going to rotate that statue one time. And the one that's near Stamina to the right side corner, I'm going to rotate it twice because I had the Codex and the Singularity. If you rotate the statues in the incorrect amount of times, then we are going to have to end the round to rotate the statues once again. All you're doing is matching your titles to the bookshelves and rotating those statues that are near those bookshelves the amount of times that you have those books in your game. Each title only corresponds to one rotate. And once you rotate the statues the correct amount of time, the ladder over here to the left side, you're going to climb up and the attic's going to open up. You're going to collect the Neptune planet that's going to be located inside the attic. Once you collect it, go inside the auditorium, up the stairs to the right side, you're going to find a pole that you can place down Neptune on. Now we're going to go to 3 different locations around the map and look at a piece of paper for a cardinal direction and a planet with that cardinal direction. The first one's going to be located inside the trap room where the laser cannon is over here to the right side. You're going to write down the cardinal direction and the planet that's with that piece of paper. The second location is going to be located in front of Stamina on top of this table right here. You're going to write down the cardinal direction and the planet. The third location is going to be located in the auditorium over here to the back side, and it's going to be located on top of this desk. Go ahead and write down the cardinal direction and the planet that is with it. Now what you're going to do is you're going to shoot those planets and rotate them on the cardinal direction that is underneath you, and you line them up. Now if you're wanting to rotate the planets in a certain direction, if you shoot the left side, it's going to go right. If you shoot it on the right side, it's going to go left. So whichever direction you need to move it, just shoot that side to move it to the opposite way. Once you get all 3 lined up for the cardinal direction for the planets, you're going to interact with the brain. Once you interact with the brain, a teleport is going to open, and then you're going to deal with an Oscar. What you're going to do is you're going to stay alive, and then you're going to wait for a UFO to fly to the center. Your main goal is to destroy the UFOs that fly to the center and preventing them from destroying the teleporter. You're going to be timed during this, so you're going to make sure that the UFOs do not fly into the center. If it does, then the health will go down. If you do fail this objective, you will have to end the round and restart by interacting with the brain to redo this step. You do not have to touch the planets again, just interact with the brain. But once you complete this step correctly, the teleporter is going to open up. You're going to teleport to Mars. Once you're on Mars, you're going to go down to the bottom, and then you're going to be on top of this pedestal, and then the brain canister is going to drop on the ground. Go ahead and pick it up and go up the stairs. You're going to place it in front of this device. Once you place it in front of this device, you're going to end the round, and you're going to interact with it. Once you interact with it, a golden stitch is going to spawn outside the map, across the map over here, and you're going to shoot the pylon over here to the right side, and it's going to glow blue. This stitch is going to fly to that pylon, and then you're going to quickly run over to the left side and shoot the next one in the back left corner, thus leading it to the next pylon. And then you're going to go to the top right one and shoot that one to lead it to that pylon, and then shoot the top left one to lead it to that one. And then once you lead it to that one, you're going to turn around, and then you're going to shoot the one above the teleporter to lead it to that one. Once it lead it to that one, what's going to happen is it's going to start flying around, and once it gets low enough, you're going to collect it. Do not shoot it, or you're going to fail this step. If at any point you fail this step and you don't do it fast enough, or you shoot the stick it, then what you're going to have to do is going to interact with the brain again, and then once you interact with the brain, it's going to respawn and then shoot the pylons all over again. But once you collect the stick it, you're going to go over here to the bottom right corner and place it on this pyramid. And once you place the eye down, if you go to the top of the stairs on the left side, you're going to find a metal antenna, and what you're going to do is you're going to shoot it with the water weapon. This is going to make the pillar glow blue, and then over here to the right side of the teleporter, you're going to shoot the next antenna, and then you're going to drop down the stairs to the left side, and you're going to shoot these 2 antennas over here, and then you're going to go to the far right side where we place the eye down and shoot this last antenna. This will make all the towers glow blue, and then you're going to go back to Pack-a-Punch. Once you make it back to Pack-a-Punch, you're going to interact with the piano and write down all 4 of your symbols. This symbol I call the diamond, this symbol I call the star, this symbol I call A, and this symbol I call hourglass. Once you write down all 4 of your symbols, you're going to head back to Mars. Once you're at Mars, you're going to interact with the pillars in the order of your symbols. The last pillar is not going to be there on your symbols, and you're going to interact with it last. Once you interact with the last pillar in the right order, you're ready for the boss fight. Whatever you do, if you're on solo, do not interact with the brain unless you're ready to go to the boss fight. When you're facing the teleporter, the pillar over here to the left side is going to be the diamond one. The pillar on the left side down here is going to be the star. The pillar to the right side is going to be A. The pillar up the stairs to the right side is going to be hourglass. And the pillar in the bottom right corner is going to be diamond with a line in the center. Now, there's 2 things that I need you to keep in mind when you're doing this step. If the antenna is not there on top of the pillar, that means somebody accidentally shot it and it went away. You just got to end the round and the antennas will reappear. And then on top of that, if you interact with the wrong pillar in the wrong order, it's going to turn red. You're going to have to end the round to reset them, and then you can restart by interacting with the porters in the right order. Now, for the boss fight setup, you're going to want to bring the Jaeger pistol. It's going to be located at spawn, and go ahead and purchase it. You're going to get it PAP 3, and you're going to either get it purple or legendary rarity. And then you're going to bring in the water weapon of the map and get it PAP 3. For your gobblegums, you're going to bring in raindrops, aftertaste, and power keg. If you're playing with multiple players instead of power keg, go ahead and bring Phoenix up. The ammo mod that I highly recommend for the boss fight is going to be light Nightman to help heal your teammates and help heal yourself during the boss fight as well. And once you're ready, go ahead and interact with the brain, and then you're going to be sent into the boss fight. Now, for the first phase of the boss, it's pretty easy. Go down the stairs to the right side, and right above you will be a Tesla coil. All you gotta do is take out enough zombies to fill up the soul box, and once you fill it up, you're gonna white flash. Go to the brain and go ahead and hold down the interact button to craft on it, and then it's gonna start doing damage to the skull inside the sky. For the second phase, you're gonna do the exact same thing, but on the left side of the boss arena, you're gonna fill up that Tesla coil and rinse and repeat to bring it down to a quarter HP. Once you're on the third phase, all you gotta do is take out enough zombies to fill up both Tesla coils, rinse and repeat by interacting with the brain once again, and then you're done with the first official phase of the boss fight. Watch out for the meteorites that rain down from the sky. Don't get down from them. And then the second phase, the boss is going to spawn inside the arena. When you fill up the first Tesla coil, he does have a special attack, which is a laser. If there's multiple players, there's going to be one laser per player. It's just going to follow you and target you. It's pretty easy to dodge. During the second fill up Tesla, what's going to happen is you're going to spawn meteorites on the ground, and then they're going to leave a magma on the ground that does aura damage over time. Really easy to dodge. Just don't stand on top of it. And then for the third phase, when you're filling up both Tesla coils, what happens is that the bottom area is going to be filled with gas, so don't go down there. You just got to stay in the top area and just survive by filling up the Teslas. Now, once the boss spawns into the arena, it's pretty easy solo. All you got to do is play with the stairs and jump down the ramps and go up and down. And all you're going to try to do is you're going to first shoot it with the wonder weapon, because the wonder weapon shoots the critical spots. And once the wonder weapon breaks the shield of the boss, all you got to do is aim for this critical blue spot. And I highly recommend using the Jaeger for this part, because you're going to be doing 2,000 per shot, roughly around 6,000 per shot that you do, because you got multiple pellets per shot. So you can easily get through this boss wave. Now, during the second wave, he's going to be able to throw a little tiny rock at you. It's pretty easy to dodge. Now, for the third official phase of the boss, it's just literally the same thing. Rinse and repeat. All you're gonna do is you're gonna shoot him with your wonder weapon, break his armor, and then just continuously shoot his critical spot with the Jaeger pistol. If you do go down at any point, go ahead and take out a zombie with the Jaeger pistol, get revived with the equivalent exchange. But it's pretty easy. If you gotta use your ether shroud, use it, but I highly recommend switching to frenzy guard before you get to the fourth phase, because once you get to the fourth phase and he's ready to be able to do damage to him, what you're gonna do is you're gonna spam him with the wonder weapon, and you're gonna activate frenzy guard at the same time as well. And what you're going to do while you have frenzy guard activated is you're going to spam shoot it, because you have stock options, so you basically have infinite ammo, and you're going to do tons of damage really fast. As you see in this clip, I literally beat the boss in one frenzy guard activation. That's why I said earlier that this is probably going to get patched, so use this as fast as you can if you want to beat the Easter egg, because I don't think they're going to keep this and allow this in the Easter egg in the boss fight. But one thing I highly recommend watching out for during this last phase is he does throw rocks at you, and he will leave an electricity aura on the ground that does tremendous amount of damage, so keep an eye out for that and don't stand in it, because it does a lot of damage to you. Also, if you ever see him put his two hands up in the air and do a ground pound slam, all you gotta do is jump in the air to dodge that as well. If you don't dodge it, you're gonna get stunned really easily, so keep an eye out for that. But if you use the trick that I showed you in this video, you have easily defeated the boss. Thank you for watching my guide. Hope to see you in the next Easter egg for Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.